Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Riqui Puig, and that's the only player that we are going to be discussing for today because we do have some very surprising news. And what we are going to basically do within this video is also expand a lot about Barcelona's midfield in order for us to understand what our midfield currently does provide that makes Riqui Puig see this drastic exit. All of this is going to be greatly explained through this video. It's going to be a very long one. I hope you guys do enjoy it, but before we go into any of this, I do want to speak about the OneFootball app. If you guys do want to find out how I do make these videos, where I do get the details from when it comes to a certain transfer operation, when it comes to certain stats about a player and what he displayed on the field, all of that is going to be compacted within the OneFootball app. That is the main source of information. It's a very entertaining app. They do have great articles to read about when it comes to football in general. If you do want to find out what is currently going on with Barcelona's operations and who they are going for, again, the OneFootball app is going to be there to cover for you immediately and live on your phone. The only thing that you do have to do is scan the QR code that you do see here on the screen. It'll take you straight to the app store. You can download the OneFootball app, set exactly who and what you do want to follow, and then you'll be set and done from there. It's a very easy process. I hope you guys do enjoy it, but now let's get back into the video and let's talk about Riqui Puig and the drastic decision that he is making and where he is going. And it does say here, according to multiple sources within Spain, Riqui Puig is close to joining LA Galaxy. The player has an agreement in principle with them. Barcelona, LA Galaxy are now working on the small details in which Barcelona intend to have a repurchase option or get some percentage of a future sale. And so let's stop right there, right? Because I know that many do have a lot of questions. Many are confused about the decision that Puig is making because many are going to be asking, didn't Puig receive any other offers? Is Puig really that bad to the point where many La Liga teams did not make an offer for Riqui Puig? Is there not a single mid-table club like Celta or Real Sociedad or Villarreal that were not interested in Puig, or maybe in the EPL, or maybe in the Italian league? Well, again, let's make one thing very clear. I strongly believe that Puig has received many offers. We have heard about this within the past 7 to 8 months. Like, there has been La Liga teams that were interested in Puig, but to him, for Puig, he believes that LA Galaxy is the most attractive option for him. And to be very honest, I'm not surprised that LA Galaxy even got into the race with this player, because you look at what their rivals have been doing and how they have been building. Like, I am someone who does follow the MLS. They have another rival called LAFC, and they have just signed Bale, right? They have just signed Cellini. They also do have a Mexican star, Vela. And so I'm not surprised to see that LA Galaxy are making moves like this and having the audacity to sign a great midfielder within Barcelona like Riqui Puig. Now, I am going to be giving out my opinion regarding Puig's decision to go to LA Galaxy later down this video, but I want to assess, right, Riqui Puig's time at Barcelona, because the only thing that has been going on with this player at this club was nothing but projection, and that's basically it. We go back into 2018, Puig was considered as the future of this midfield around that time, having great displays against AC Milan, against Tottenham. Many people did say he has a great long ball trait within his disposal. He always has a very accurate long ball, and he creates a lot for the forwards in front of him. And then as we continue to fast forward through 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, he continued to see less and less minutes. We look at what he did under Ernesto Valverde. There were some times where he did receive minutes, but Frankie, Arthur, Busquets, and Rakitic were the ones that were being greatly prioritized. But it was quite clear that around that time that Puig was supposed to break through from that midfield and receive a lot of minutes. We go to Setien. Setien actually did count on this player, but unfortunately Barcelona did fire Setien after 6 months. We go into Ronald Koeman. We did not even see Puig. We did not even, if you were a Barcelona fan and you started to become a Barcelona fan in 2020, you probably would have thought that Puig was not a Barcelona player and that he played somewhere else, because Koeman never ever used Riqui Puig throughout his time. And then we fast forward towards Xavi Hernandez. I would say it's a very different scenario for this coach here, because he did see a very different squad compared to the others. Xavi Hernandez, by the time he did come in, we already had Gavi, we already had Pedri, we already had Nico and Frankie emerging into this midfield and becoming very consistent starters under Xavi Hernandez. So it was very difficult for Xavi Hernandez to even use Puig within the midfield when you had these players blossoming in the midfield and being extremely dominant. So we assess and look at this whole thing, and the one thing that many of us could say is that yes, Riqui Puig is a great player, but he did not take advantage of his time that he had before Pedri and Gavi and Nico and Frankie broke through to add quality to his game in order for him to make a justification case to Xavi Hernandez that this is the reason why you should continue to put me in the midfield and put me over Nico and Frankie. And let's go further into that, right? Because because that is where I do want to assess the whole midfield as a whole. Let's talk about the defensive aspect of the game when it comes to our current midfielders. And we're not going to be talking about Kessie or Busquets. I want to talk about the players that are very similar to Riqui Puig. And we look at the defensive aspect of this whole thing, and you can see that Riqui Puig is not one of the best. Like, yes, he does make the most successful defensive actions per 90, as you can see there on the top right, but he does fail in a lot of aerial duels per 90. He does fail on the interceptions per 90, which is very important in Barcelona's game. You look at also the slide tackles per 90, he is not one of the best. And so the fact that Riqui Puig does fail in a lot of these departments in terms of the defensive aspect, it really does harm FC Barcelona, and Xavi Hernandez does see that. Another thing is that one of his greatest weaknesses on the field when it comes to, again, the defensive aspect of this whole game is the positioning. Every time the opposition gets the ball, whether it's Atletico or Real Madrid or maybe Villarreal or maybe Valencia, Barcelona need to reorganize and try to take the ball back and regain possession. Riqui Puig is extremely weak at doing those things and positioning himself in the correct areas. We move on towards the attack. And again, there's not a single trait where Riqui Puig does overpower a specific player. You can see that Pablo Torre like overpowers Pedri, Gavi, Frankie de Jong. You can see that Pedri is the second best one on the attacking side of things. But again, there's not a single thing where we can say that Riqui Puig greatly does overpower Pedri, Pablo Torre, and Gavi and Frankie when it does come to this. And at Barcelona, you really do need to be good at a specific skill. Like, this is extremely important because this is how you do make your case on why you should be receiving more minutes. You need to be having a skill that no other player does give out. Like, why do you think Dembele continues to see minutes? Because he does give out those amazing crosses. He knows how to distribute a 1v1. Many players cannot do that. You look at Araujo, he is irreplaceable. The amount of times he likes to track back, regain possession, being very physical, you can't replace Araujo. There are reasons on why Araujo and Dembele should be starting. When it comes to Riqui Puig, there's not really a reason why he should be starting over Pedri, Pablo Torre, Gavi, or even Frankie de Jong. And then we look at the basic passing, right? This is just basic passing. This has nothing to do with like smart passes, key passes, through passes. It's just basic passing, right? Side passes, forward passes, back passes. You can see that Puig is actually really solid on these things. But look at the player that's on the other side. Frankie de Jong levels Riqui Puig in terms of these basic passing tendencies. And this is what overshadows Riqui Puig, because Xavi is going to be looking at this and saying, okay, look, Puig, Frankie, they are the most secure when it comes to basic passing. But who would I rather have in the midfield, Puig or Frankie? Who gives me more quality up front when it is needed? Who gives me more versatility when a player does need to play in a different position? It would be Frankie de Jong, which is why, again, Puig does not see a lot of minutes. And why we see Frankie and Gavi, or maybe Frankie and Pedri, or maybe Frankie and Pablo Torre, or maybe Frankie, Busquets, and Pedri. And then we look at the final one, and this is where we are going to be talking about the key passes and the smart passes. This is exactly where Pedri does blossom the most. The reason why many do say this is a spectacular player. This is one of the reasons on why many did say that Pedri was one of the best in the Euros last year, and why he continues to be one of the best players at Barcelona. Just look at what Pedri does provide in terms of smart passes per 90. It is 1.75. You look at the passes to the final third per 90, it's 8.33, overpowers all other players besides Frankie de Jong. And then we look at the accurate passes to penalty area percentage, it's 70%. And then the through passes per 90, 1.65. Deep completions per 90, 1.75. So Pedri is a very secure player in terms of making those passes that lead towards goal scoring opportunities. And that is why Pedri continues to be a starter for FC Barcelona. He is spectacular in terms of making those key passes that lead to goals. He is very reliable in terms of completing those passes inside the box. Riqui Puig does give none of that, and is actually one of the weakest in terms of those key passes per 90 minutes. So this is probably one of the reasons on why Xavi Hernandez does not necessarily believe that Riqui Puig is one of the best options as of now, and is one of the reasons on why Puig is going to be leaving. That is because Pedri, Pablo, Gavi, Frankie, they all have reasons on why they should be starting and receiving a lot of minutes. My conclusion is going to be this. This is a player that has great, good, basic passes. This is a player that can give you great forward, back, and side passes. But when we talk about that type of topic, right, that is just another average player within the league that we can grab from somewhere else. Right now, Barcelona is not aiming to have average players that you can just get somewhere else. When we talk about Pedri, you can't get someone like Pedri somewhere else. You can't get someone like Gavi somewhere else. You can't get someone like Frankie somewhere else. This is basically how Riqui Puig does look like when he does stand next to the Pedris, the Gavis, the Frankies, and the Pablo Torres. If Puig had, like, let's say for example, the intensity, the physicality, then that would have probably helped his case. But at the moment, he just does not have that, and it doesn't seem like Xavi Hernandez will have enough patience to continue with this player and develop these players. Pedri, Pablo Torre, and Gavi, and Frankie, Kessie, and Busquets, they are on a a role. Now, I'm not saying that Riqui Puig is trash. I do believe that Riqui Puig can provide a great level. He can become a great midfielder, but this is the reason why I do question his next move, which is the LA Galaxy. Like, why are you moving to LA at the age of 22 years old? Look at what Cucurella just did, and look what he has been doing. He moved away from FC Barcelona. We're like, okay, fine. He's going to be moving away, and he has been trying his best to get back to a level like that. He went to Getafe. He went to other clubs within La Liga, and then he moved to England, played for Brighton, and now he's potentially moving to a team like Chelsea or Manchester City. That is how you do make your next move when you do move away from FC Barcelona. What Riqui Puig is doing right now, this is not it. Like, do you really think this is your best move to go to LA Galaxy? Like, the other clubs really did not attract you? Like, I don't know if it was Villarreal, or maybe Sociedad, or maybe Getafe, maybe Celta de Vigo. This shows me that Riqui Puig is just not serious about his career. Like, he's not determined to become one of the world's best midfielders in the world, because he does have the capability to do that. He has the talent, but it seems like mentally he's just not there, and he wants to go to LA Galaxy to, I don't know, like do whatever, like go live life, go celebrate life, relax in LA, and just get paid all of this money, and that's basically it. And so to me, at the end of the day, him moving to LA Galaxy is just me seeing him end his career at the age of 22 years old. He's ending his football career at this age, and that's basically it. And hear me out, we're talking about somebody, right, me, that supports LA Galaxy. I follow the MLS. There is no reason for Riqui Puig to go to LA Galaxy. He could have gone to a much better club. Now, like, I'm going to be enjoying him. I'm going to see him because I live like about a couple of hours away from LA. I'm going to be seeing him, but at the end of the day, I do really care about this player's potential, his talent, and it's just sad to see and very frustrating to see that he believes that this is his next and best move. I don't know if LA Galaxy is going to be giving this player like a great salary, or like around 14, 15, 16 million euros. I assume this is probably the reason on why Puig is going here to LA Galaxy, which is going to be extremely sad because, again, why would you want to prioritize big contracts over a great career? I would have loved if he took the route of like going to Celta or maybe Ajax or Leeds and grow from there. But again, this is it. This is the end of his career. He's going to LA Galaxy. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe he goes to LA Galaxy, he blossoms, and he gets bought by Man City or Man U or Leicester City or Real Madrid or wherever it may be. And hopefully, again, I'm wrong. But right now, as things currently do stand, him going to LA Galaxy is just not going to be good for him. I wish him the very best. I'll probably see him soon. And that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.